G'day again, YouTube. This is BalorMage, and what we're going to do today is go over a little bit of what I understand so far about the new Atlas. So, I don't want to call it an Atlas guide, because I definitely don't know all of the ins and out yet, but got a pretty decent handle on it over the course of today, at least I think, and at least of the stages that I'm up to so far. So we'll start at the beginning. When we first kill Act 10 Katava, and we enter Oriath, you'll encounter this guy, Officer Kirak. He will lead you on a set of little quests, do some little side zones that will unlock your Atlas. And here's how we will access the Atlas. He will give us access to the map device. Now, he will send us out into the Atlas for, I'm going to avoid spoilers of the story, so I'm not going to go into why he does anything. We're just going to focus on mechanics. First, he's going to send us all of the Atlas will be white maps only, without any of these watchstones in. You can see that everything, all the way out to the corner, starts like this, as just white maps. So we're going to call them regions, these things, because I don't know what else to call them. Regions, city, sections. We're going to go with regions. So your entire Atlas is split up into 8 regions. And when you start, they will all be white. So all tier 1 to 5 maps. And what we want to do is progress through as many maps as we can. Just run maps and unlock them like you normally would. Always unlock the highest ones you can. Always run new ones instead of ones you've already done. Just get through them. When you start getting to tier 3, tier 4, and tier 5, we're looking for, hopefully, being on the outer corners of the Atlas. So this region up here, this region here, this region here, and this region here. These are where you will first encounter your exiles, who have names. They are Baron, Brox, Berea. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. They are the ones that give you the influence types of Crusader, Redeemer, Warlord, and Hunter. Also the name of my quests. But for the rest of this video, and because it's easier, I'm just going to call them red, green, blue, and yellow. Now, they do not have their own specific areas, right? So it's not like red's here, green's here, yellow's here, blue's here. It's not like that. It's just they are all hanging around to start with on only these outer ones. So as you run them, you will start at around tier 3. You will start unlocking these, I don't even remember what they're called. Towers, whatever they're called. You will start unlocking these at around tier 3. Now, you can unlock one of them for each region of the Atlas. But once they're unlocked in an outer region here, I believe you have to unlock them first. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it happened to me that I unlocked all of them first before any corner got influence. I don't know if that's mandatory. I don't know if that's just a thing that happened to me. I have no idea. But those will probably happen first. And then you will start fighting maps out here on the outskirts. Mine started down in this corner, but I'm under the impression it can start in any corner. You will first get influence. And when you get influence, it will cover the entire region. So it's not like our old Shaper or Elder influence where individual maps were done. It'll cover the entire region. I am currently way further in the quest, so I can get influence anywhere. So this is what an influence zone looks like. So this is the green guy, and he's in the entire area. Now, as soon as you get influence on one of these corner pieces, you need to run 3 different maps inside the region that has influence. In each of these maps, whoever it is will pop out and taunt you during the maps. He will just pop out, make fun of you a little bit, and then run away. After the third one, your quest on the side here will change to talk to Officer Kirak. Come here, you talk to Officer Kirak, and then what will happen is he will point you at the guy's hideout. Whatever color influence you have, he will tell you this is where the boss is. So in this case, I'm further along in the quest, so I'm on an inner city here because that's just happened to be where I spawned it. And that's the point I'm up to. I talked to him and he said, it's over here on this map. And so now I know it's alleyways. Once you know that, you walk over to Zaina, and Zaina will have a handy little button right here, which I'm not going to press right now. But if I do press it, it will open up a map for you. It'll close your map and open another map at your map device for free that isn't a map you had to pay for, that will be the one connected to his like lair or hideout or whatever it is. So in this case, I would get an alleyways. In your case, at the beginning of the atlas, you will get whatever map he is attached to out here. Excuse me. Now, we have to do that. Kill him. That gets you a watchstone. And then you have to do that in all 4 of these corners. So all 4 outer regions. Once that has happened, you will now be able to spawn him in any region on the entire atlas. Now, this goes for all of them, but I'm going to focus on one color. Let's hit this up first. First, this side bit here. This is storage and information. It's important to have, but it's also important to know you can just put watchstones here when you don't want them. Like you just get rid of them. So let's start with this one right here. You'll notice that when I mouse over it, it shows me this region up here. Now that does not mean that I can only put these watchstones here. I can put them anywhere, and it will change my atlas and up the level of the maps. It means I got this yellow watchstone from this region. So you can only get each color watchstone from each individual region once each. And that's why they have specific spots. You'll notice that when I've got this one in the atlas and I pick it up, I can only put it back down in here. So this gives us 36 watchstones we will be able to unlock. Oh, right. Now we're getting into where it gets a little bit confusing. So let's focus on the green guy. Let's pick a region out here. You will see that I haven't done the green one here. It says I've obtained the blue one from this region. I have not obtained the others, but you'll see that they have level requirements. So the region level is the same as the amount of watchstones that you have in whatever the hell this device is called. So I have 3 of them, so this is a level 3 area for me. A region. It's a level 3 region for me. Now, in this case, that means if I run maps in here, I can spawn the red, green, or yellow influence. But green only requires level 2. So if I take one out, now I'm only level 2 there, but I would only be able to spawn green. Now you can't spawn the same one in multiple, so I wouldn't be able to spawn green. I would be able to run this without any influence, unlimited amount, because green's already spawned. Once I kill this green guy right here, every single time you kill them, he will level up. So this region will say region level 3 rather, on the green one as well, once I kill him in the region he's already spawned. So this is important because it means you keep getting, well, not forced, but basically forced to level up regions and continue to do that to keep getting more watchstones. So it will just get more and more difficult. It's not quite as simple as, you know, fight them in each region. Every single time you fight them, they level up. You then need to do it in a harder difficulty in whatever region you pick. So how and in what order do we upgrade regions? I don't know the best answer to that yet, but what I do know is that you don't want to go all out on one region. You need to have some form of progression. So when I say that, what I mean is, if let's just say this one corner, because I've got 3 regions here with no stones in it. let's say I take this one corner and I go, you know what? I really like this section of the atlas. I'm going to level this up a lot right here now. And I go, okay, cool. I got 3 of them. I'm going to unlock these. Where in this instance, we're saying that this half of the atlas is all we've got, because I don't want to play with my other half, right? So now we've got some red maps in here. Yes, we've got some tier 11 maps, few tier 12 maps, tier 13. Great, I can start doing early reds, right? Except if you do this, you will miss all of the yellow maps, meaning you will have nothing to fall back on. So if a map drops that would have been tier 10, there is nothing in any of your other regions all the way down to tier 5. So you won't have a tier 10 map, or you might have tier, you won't have a tier 9 map, right? It'll go all the way back to a tier 4 or 5, because whatever's the highest you've got, 5s. So you'll skip that whole bit in the middle. So we can't like triple down on one zone, right? But if we put, say, 1 there and 2 here and 3 in here if I had another one, then we'd start going, oh, now I've got a progression. Now you get to pick, you get to control where that progression happens, and you can change it at almost any time. So it's pretty flexible, definitely play with it. But now you see we've got some tier 6s, some tier 7s. We come in here, we've got some tier 10s and tier 11s, 10s, 6s. Now we've got an array of maps. In here we've got 9s. There's an 8. So now we're getting somewhere, right? Now we've got a progression of maps to go through. So you're going to have to play with stones to continue being able to progress while keeping an eye on what level all of your exile color guys are, so that you can keep spawning their influences and then keep fighting them to keep leveling them up. That's going to involve a lot of playing around. I feel like we're going to end up waiting on Carve to find the most efficient way to do it. But there's one more thing I want to touch on for the Atlas, which is, as soon as you fully upgrade one region, not only does it unlock all of the maps, which we already knew it would, as well as upgrade everything to tier 14 to 16. I'm not sure exactly how that works. Oh, we're just gonna ignore that guy. Oh. /DND. Sorry, bud. Sorry, bud. Anyway, we got some tier 16s here as well. Now, what else happens is we become level 1. Awakening level 1. Which is an entirely new system here. So what happens is, first we gain access to the Awakening bonus, which is the same bonus as we get for the normal completion, except normal completions we have increased by 1% per map we complete. For the Awakening bonuses, we get 0.5% per map, but it stacks on top. So it's 154 plus whatever half of 154 is, 77 or something. And I don't know what that adds up to, and I'm too tired to do math. But you will see that to get the Awakening bonus on this map, you have to complete this map at tier 14 with Awakening level 7. That would mean I would need 7 of my regions to have 4 watchstones in them, and then run that map at tier 14. And then I would get the Awakening bonus. And those are bonuses for all stuff. So this one I could get the Awakening bonus for right now. If I had a tier 14 graveyard, complete this map at tier 14 with Awakening level 1. So it's an entire sort of upper level of map progression that we never had before. I'm really loving this system, by the way. This is going to keep me engaged with the Atlas for way longer. Then we get this. Ooh. Okay. A lot of text. Awakening level 1. So you get 1 to 8, 1 for each region. You can be Awakening level 8. Unique map bosses have % more life. increased effective modifiers on non-unique maps. So I assume that's all modifiers. So I assume that's not just the ones that we roll, but I'm assuming it's also sextants and scarabs and anything that could be increased by 3% gets increased by 3%. I'm guessing that also means quantity and stuff like that. I assume. 1% chance for an additional connected map to drop from unique map bosses. So that's just map bosses, from map bosses. So there's extra chances for maps to drop. Then there's chances for Shaper Guardian maps to drop. Chances for Elder Guardian maps to drop. And you'll notice those are at 0%. I assume, again, those go up when you'll have more than level 1, but I don't currently have enough stones for level 1, for more than level 1, or I do, but I would have to pull everything out of my entire atlas to do so it's not worth it yet. Alright, we've also got chance for additional atlas base types, chance for additional unique items, chance for additional map currency items, and those are all from unique map bosses. So these are boss rewards. This is where it comes into play, where bosses are starting to become more and more rewarding, which is good. We added master missions relatively recently. Those were quite good. Those helped me want to kill bosses during a map, but I then found that they just fell over dead anyway. This expansion has made especially the high tier bosses a lot tankier, a lot more fun and engaging. But then we were like very worried about, are they rewarding enough? Are they gonna, if they didn't buff the rewards? They did. By a lot. In the end game, it's this. So I'm really excited to get here. Also, increased chance per awakening level for Conquerors of the Atlas to drop additional rewards. I think that means our actual boss guys, these guys, green, red, blue, and yellow, I think that the higher we bump them up, the more chance that they have to drop good shit for us, which is great. As well as we start getting a chance to drop influenced items during the map, which so far hasn't happened to me in any of the influenced ones I've run. I've only got influenced items from the bosses. So I'm assuming that this is the only way to make them start dropping from the maps when they're influenced as well. The only other thing worth noting is your watchtower did not disappear. If you think it disappeared, it probably didn't. It probably happened that you got influence, and as soon as you get influence in a region, he locks down your watchtower, it disappears, and that is so you can't manipulate the level of that zone once he's already got influence there. Otherwise, I could spawn influence with it at level 4 to try and make him, you know, like I could spawn an influence here with level 4 because I needed level 4 for influence, and then I could just take all the stones out and find an easy one. So it locks down that stone. You lose access to your watchstones that were in there until you clear the influence off. But that doesn't take very long. That's just 3 maps, then kill the boss. Or I assume fail to kill the boss and maybe you'll still lose influence. I actually don't know. If anyone's failed to kill one of these bosses and like ripped the map, can you please let me know in the comments what the hell happens? Because that would be good information. Alright, that is way too long of a video. And I would really like to watch Carve's video when he gets around to knowing everything he wants to know about the Atlas. Because I'm positive there are things I've missed. I'm positive there are other strategies. This is just everything I've learned in the last few days. So hopefully that's helpful to someone. I'm BalorMage, and I will see everybody later. Goodbye.